welcome. Welcome back to another episode of my Purdue Boilermakers Dynasty here on College Football 26. We're already at episode 60. And we're heading into the year 5 off season after we just completed a 16-0 season with a national championship, a 30-25 win over North Carolina. In a game that we should have beaten them worse, in my opinion. But I did not particularly play well in the second half of the game, just with usering stuff, and gave them an opportunity to come back, and they did for a large portion of the game. But we're the ones that end up getting it done here. Win Purdue their first ever national title. They started playing football back in 1887. And I really think, when we went through the roster, went through stats and everything, I think we got a really good chance at being a better football team than what we were this year. We should get Bryce Baker back. First of all, really excited about Jeff Humphreys. I hadn't really talked about this. But freshman that we just redshirted, should have no problem with him entering the transfer portal. He's a lefty pocket passer. Look at these caps. This is the future quarterback for us. I'm expecting a massive jump for him this offseason, at least what I'm hoping for. Got great development, so on and so forth. And we are going to be, should bring back Volk, should have Stenerud, should have really all these guys. Carvalho has a chance at leaving, just strictly playing time, which I understand. Not a guy that I would overly hate to miss leaving anyway, so that'll be okay. Should bring back Corey Smith. He's going to be, actually, Corey Smith can go pro. So may actually not have Corey Smith. I kind of forgot he was at a 90 overall. So he's probably gone. So I think you're looking at DeAndre Smith probably operating, as our slot, maybe Z receiver type. Juan Pasco, sorry, should definitely be a guy. And then it kind of depends on, okay, which one of these guys really takes a leap beyond this. Ross got really good size. He's a gadget player. They can kind of explode, but he's not overly fast. Probably going to look at bringing in a wide receiver. If Corey Smith does not leave, I'll look. But like right now, if Corey Smith comes back, I think having a trio, of Smith, and Pasco to me seems like it's going to be great. We'll see what happens, though, with Smith. And I don't even know if you get the option to send guys. I guess you do have an option to bring guys back. If Corey Smith is getting third round and up looks, I'm going to let him go. I'm not even going to try to bring him back. Should get back both of our tight ends here. Should bring back our starting left tackle. We'll have to replace Easley. We'll see if Hodges can grow, see if we can maybe get out of the transfer portal there. Walt Claire Flynn came in and did a great job for us after transferring from Georgia. Rasmussen, by this time next year, should be ready to take over that role. Should have Brian Volk back and should have Finian Ganafo, but he's getting real close to kind of being on the edge of maybe a guy that can leave and try to go pro. The same thing for him, though. If he's like showing a 6th-round projection, we'll try to bring him back and go from there. Defensively, should bring back Schumacher. Again, he's kind of an edge. Kind of being right on the line there, but I like what we have behind him, assuming that we can bring everybody back. Morton, Cantrell should have a nice combo there. Keegler will be back, and then Iguanagu here should have a really chance at producing and being a major player for us. He's just normal development. Maybe interior defensive tackle is something we're looking at, but we got maybe the best, defensive player in college football in Keegler here, kind of holding down that spot. Drugsma, really excited about him as a potential edge rusher for us. He is really quick, really agile, and got an 81 finesse move. I think he's going to be a machine for us. Bringing back most of our linebackers. Lawton should be back. Really none of these guys look like they are going to hit the transfer portal, so we look pretty good at that spot. Crocker, Scales, like these guys should all be back. There's not one that we're not meeting a deal breaker for. Hadori Hines, been an outstanding player for us. I hope he gets drafted, but he's gone. Dalton Sly should be back to man the slot for us. Stroud should be back for one of our lockdown spots. Then maybe it's a guy like Ote. Maybe somebody down here kind of takes a jump if they don't hit the transfer portal. But Maybe this is a spot depending on what hits and what doesn't. Maybe we look at cornerback. Free safety, good chance that we lose Baxter here. Got a bad deal breaker for him. But I'm not overly excited. Like, this would be a spot. Darman's a good athlete, but I would probably, with him being a redshirt junior, normal development trait, probably would try to shoot my shot at a free safety out of the portal. And then got a lot to replace here as safety. Safety is a major weak spot for this roster. I've really struggled to get these guys out of high school. So we'll see on that. Proximity to home for Marco Gee. If he's ready to go home, we could be looking at a new kicker. Okay. You can pretty much always get one out of the high school ranks, but Gee is really good. Would love to bring him back if he tries to transfer. And then we do have a punter that we've been trying to get out of the high school ranks to kind of replace Dobie. Thankfully, we don't hunt a whole lot. But that's kind of a presser there for the offseason. I think you may be looking at wide receiver, trying to get a guy. Corey Smith goes. I'm definitely going after a wide receiver. Looking at safety spots. And really, that to me is kind of it. Like, we should go into next year for the first time with our a multi-year starter at quarterback. I think the wide receivers are looking good, especially if we get Corey Smith back. The tight ends are good. Maybe you kind of look at guard along the offensive line, and then you're looking at safeties, maybe some cornerbacks. But I really like what our front seven should bring back. So not really focused on that. And interior defensive tackle. Yeah, definitely need another body there, I think. But let's get the offseason started here. And we ended up with like an 86 overall. So that's where we're at as we head into the offseason. And now Jeff Humphreys is a risk of transfer. Again, a guy that I kind of consider our franchise quarterback, all of a sudden changed up his deal breaker that was just at championship contender just a second ago, and now he is looking to leave. If he is the portal, I'm going to try to bring him back. Before we do any of this, let's coach abilities, and let's unlock this strategist and see what we can do here at this quarterback position. Not going to be able to do a whole lot. I was really hoping to maybe be able to get to that quarterbacks have a lower deal breaker threshold. Which I guess would be kind of what it is. But, yeah, okay. It was really important to me to try to keep Humphreys along, and maybe he doesn't enter the transfer portal. We have to see when we get to that screen. But we're going to be using a new offense heading into the next year, and Humphreys to me is a really good fit for what I'm trying to do. I talked about this at the end of, I believe, the UCLA game, but maybe it was a game prior to that, to kind of keep things from getting too stale. Because I can certainly get caught, running kind of the same 35-ish plays throughout a game. And I think that I found a guy actually on Reddit. His playbook is called Roar. And you can find it in the custom playbook. Scotty OP is his gamer tag name, is what it is uploaded under. And he did a really, really nice job with the playbook. It's a lot of motion. He calls it a modern pro-style offense with a lot of inspiration coming from Ben Johnson, Sean McVay, Josh McDaniels. Uses a lot of double tight ends. There's a lot of motion. Just to me, it's a fun-looking offense. I've kind of played it on a non-series kind of dynasty that I'm doing just to play around with a little bit, and I really like it. I think it's a lot different, but I want to keep things fresh. So we'll roll with it. That way I just don't get too stuck into the, these are the plays that I want to run kind of all the time and kind of have a really good feeling of what I got. And now that we've kind of won this national championship, let's kind of adjust and treat it as, hey, we have built Purdue up to this level. Let's just, kind of headcanon it that we lost an offensive coordinator. Now we're bringing another guy in, that kind of thing. Because obviously an offensive coordinator with the year that we just had would be, and how we built up this program kind of makes sense to now, hey, let's kind of get a different look. It's going to be the same vibe. We're going to want to run the football. But it's going to be a little bit more under center and a lot more motion than what we have had running out of Ole Miss's playbook this whole time. But I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. Shout out to Scotty OP. He had a post on the NCAA FB series Reddit page. I really like it. I think it looks really good. And I don't know. I like the vibe. I think now that we've won the national title is kind of the time to switch things up a little bit, because I think we've gotten this team to a point where I'm going to be really tough to beat, kind of running a playbook that I'm super comfortable in. But we'll see how it works, and let's get now to players leaving. See what we got. Corey Smith, shout out to him. Excellent wide receiver. Gets the third down grade, and we're going to let Corey Smith roll. Back-to-back outstanding seasons. Has been really good for us his entire career. He wants to go pro. He got a top 3 round grade. It is what it is, right? Jeff Humphreys. Very low chance of bringing him back, okay? Certainly want a backup quarterback that I feel pretty comfortable with. So we got Forsett, Otey, Baxter, Carvalho, Rice, Cantrell, Humphreys, and Morris. I've got 10 chances to persuade everybody. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. So we don't really have to panic. This is a really good class for us, but this could be some big long-term losses. We're going to start off here with Jeff Humphreys. I'm not expecting him to come back. Take a chance, though. I mean, he's not going to play for us next year, but he'd be my starting quarterback the following season. Has not been persuaded. We'll go try to find him the transfer portal and see if there's any way we can bring him back. Jeff Morris has decided to stay. Maybe he's a future cornerback for us. Got good enough speed. Not great size, but a great change of direction. Does have 76 man, so we can work with that. Cantrell, this is a big one. Impact development guy that's already a 73 overall. Just don't know how much time he plays. Got a low chance of bringing him back. Not been persuaded. Okay. Tashawn Rice is not a guy that I really look at as a long-term piece for us with normal development. I just don't know what kind of steps he's actually going to take. Try to bring him back at least as a backup, though. And he has not been persuaded either. Miguel Carvalho, he's a slower running back. Could always use bodies, though. Does have okay. We'll try. He's not going to come back. Okay. Trevin Baxter, starting free safety, is gone. Otey, again, a low chance to come back. He looks like a guy that would be starting for us next year. 90 speed, 87 man. We've run a lot more man than what we did in the early portions, of this series. And Otey decides to say, that's a big one. That's a big one because I'm expecting him to be a starter and playing a lot for us this year. Lee Forsett, totally get it, if he decides not to come back, but we will try to bring him back since we have the persuasions and Lee Forsett does decide to come. So we're going to lose Jeff Humphreys. We'll see if we can bring him back in the transfer portal. So what I now am going to do whenever we go to the transfer portal, I'm trying to find a guy, a young freshman that we can get, let him sit for a year and kind of be our starter after Baker. But it is what it is. Obviously, shout out to all these guys that we have lost. Sucks that we could not get either one of these guys to stay. We've got to go get a quarterback regardless now. Forsett deciding to stay is nice. Not overly bothered by Carvalho, even though they can take the big jumps in speed as we saw this past offseason. Corey Smith, shout out to you. One of the best wide receiver seasons this program has ever had. Harris, unfortunately, never got him the shine he probably should have. Shelton transferred in, never really played. Bracewell was really solid for us. 2 tight ends that never did much of anything. A low-level tackle. Easley was a 4-year starter here. He started every year at left guard here in this series. Walclair Flynn, really good. Tuanu never played. And Ham never played. Ian Jeffrey, shout out to him. What a finish to his career. Was a great 3-year starter for us. Former 2-star. Jeffries went in and really did the thing. 13 sacks in his last year, and all but one of them came over the final 5 games. Look at the dominance of this playoff run. We do not beat Georgia without Ian Jeffries, which means we do not win the national title, in which he had the Georgia game. He had the back-to-back sacks to end that game. We're not winning the national title without Ian Jeffries. Shout out to him. Marcus Moore gave us a lot of quality snaps over the years, less so later on. Cantrell, this one hurts because I think he's got a high upside. We'll take a look, though, and see. Otey deciding to Both these guys deciding to stay really helps, again, because we lost Hines and lost Johnson to graduation. Baxter, this sucks. It's just a lot of safeties. We got to go get some safeties here this offseason, or that back end of this secondary is going to be really, really rough. Have to probably be playing some cornerbacks at the safety spot. Let's see what the transfer portal has got for us, though. Should be able to go in and really do a lot of damage here this offseason. We're up to a 4-star program. Still going after Robert Smith there at wide receiver. Pro potential, yeah, it's fine. Playing time, okay. A lot less transfers than I thought we would have, because we kind of got hit with kind of a bad show there. Actually, I need to hop into, before we do this, draft results. And Corey Smith does go in the 3rd round. Harris goes in the 4th. And Hadori Hines does get drafted, goes in the 6th round. So it looks like the 86 overall is kind of the pinch point now. I think it used to be 87 on the old NCAA games. Obviously, we have been battling for Trumaine Ollie this entire year. This is a guy that is probably coming directly in and starting for us. I actually have never scouted him. That is a day 1 starter. We are trying to bring him in the worst way. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure before I do anything else that we are putting our 50 on him. We're in a recruiting battle that I think we're going to lose to Nebraska, but we're certainly going to fight it as long as we can. As far as our other high school prospects that we are still on the lookout for, Tuafele, we're the only people recruiting him. Not really worried about that. Man, Calvin would have been nice to have. Okine, I think is what I said I was going to do with this. He's not great, but we'll throw him a 10-burger. We're the only people recruiting him. Tranquil, need to go after him. We're going to, and we got a bunch of hours to use. Let's go ahead, and his championship contender is his biggest thing. Bring him in on the visit. Let's try to get back into this race. Robert Smith, only people recruiting him. Put some points on him, though, just in case. Needed to get this punter. About 5 there. Free safety. This guy was not great. Romberg is certainly a little bit better. And then, so let's go Romberg. That's a bad lineup for us. Let's put 50 on him for right now. Tom Opene, we'll put 25. We're the only people recruiting him. He's not great. Berlin, 85 speed. Could let him develop here a little bit. And then Holcomb, we're all in on the 3-star here. 90 speed at 6'2". See what the transfer portal has for us. Obviously, a lot of high-end players would love to come play for us. Elias Rosas, freshman 4-star receiver. I'm all in on that. Deshaun Punga, Wisconsin, just 5'8". We'll see what he looks like, though. 5'7", just tough. That's tough. Cornerback, we're all in on that. Edge rusher, I'm not crazy about. Maybe a Brian Dicker here, though. I guess let's do this first before I get a little too far into this. I'm going to guess. Let's just kind of, Mukuamu decides to transfer out of Georgia. What a pull that would be. He's the #1 player here in the transfer portal. There are no 5-star transfer. No, he's not. There is one 5-star transfer. Alex McGlinchey coming from Florida, a sophomore. These guys must be really, really good. Do we have any of our transfers and they end up being 4 stars? If they know what I know about Humphreys, he's a 4-star. He is not considered a 4-star. 3-star guys. He should certainly fit into this realm of things here for sure. It'll take us a minute to get through these 3 stars for sure. We can bring back Humphreys. We're all in. I need Humphreys in my life. Need Humphreys here. Playing time, yeah, that dropped down pretty heavily there. I'm telling you, I think Humphreys is going to be really, really, really good. I really think he's going to be a very good player for us. We'll see how that works out. He's really trying to go to a bad school. I think that's something that we can pull. Can also try to bring back Baxter. We're at least pretty consistent in what we know we're getting out of him. Let's start off with this part of the board first. Elias Rojas, 92. I think we can rock with this. 6'1" guy, good route running, solid player there. Punga, yep. Even though he's 5'8", that's something we can work with. Aiden West, yep. Don't have to fully scout him at all. Dicker, he's a guard, 4-star guard, sophomore. You know he's going to be really good. Humphreys, don't have to offer or don't have to scout. We know what we got in him. Same for Baxter. Going right back to it here. You're going to try to make this work when it comes to him. We wanted to look now at defensive tackles. We go to recommended tab. Defensive tackles, need a little depth here if at all possible. Okay, got some guys. Guy out of Indiana. Ruggins, 4-star guy. All in. Don't even have to look at it. We'll go ahead and offer him and send him his 50. So this would kind of plug in. We're going to be battling for a lot of these guys. We only got 2 scholarships left to give. And we got some more. Really excited about Max Bradford. Tackle. Okay, it's saying tackle. I think let's go try to find. I don't really think we need another quarterback. We got Baker. Let's say we can get these 2 guys in. Yeah, we have 4 quarterbacks. I don't need another quarterback. We're okay at that spot. Running back. I mean, if I can maybe find like a. I need to go to what we need here. We need to plug up this strong safety spot with anything that we can here. Just nobody at all interested in us. Okay. It can be tough, some of these spots. That's a junior, so he's not going to be great. Sophomore maybe be all right. Is there like a freshman 3-star that you can have? Oh, those are, I'm not even looking. I'm looking at the, my bad, guys. All right. Take a look at strong safety. Recommended. Any of these really standing out as far as being from great teams? Goodley's a freshman. He's a 2-star, though. Okay, let's go to recommended. Let's drop down to 4 stars out of the transfer portal. Just 1 there. Junior out of Utah. Let's take a look there. Yeah, the game does not produce a lot of these guys. It just really does not. Take a look at these 2 safeties here at the bottom. We need some athletes in this room. This is an athlete. To Brandon Mosley. What about Jakari Fant? Athlete. Okay. It's a free safety. We're certainly trying to bring back Baxter. What does the free safety spot hold for us just in case Baxter does not work out? Junior out of Boston College, a sophomore. What do these guys look like here? Good on that. 87, 81 zone. We'll offer Khalil Howard. Send him 25. We don't have but so many spots. That's kind of the bad thing. Like at this point, we have brought in. This point, we have 14 players committed to us. So we got some room here. If we get like these other guys that we're like going after, and they all decide to commit, which I like, we're not going to get all these guys, obviously, but Now we can add one more person. Trying to go hard after Ali. Going after Aiden West. Here at corner. Junior. Let's go back to the transfer portal now. Cliff Turk. Sophomore. I think I'd rather just go after Humphreys, though, at that point, right? Let's see. We got a chance to take one more guy that I think can really be a big impact player for us. Let's go any 4 stars, people that have us in first right now. Cliff Turk, that's the guy that I really wanted last year. The sophomore means he's going to be a junior. He wouldn't be with a 1-year starter for us, but he is a sensational player. James Allen. I mean, if you can add another edge guy, are we really going to complain? He's more of an edge setter, though. Not sure how that's going to work out. Four stars. Lacey we looked at. Harper, a freshman, pure power. I think that needs to be kind of the... Do we go after cornerback instead? These guys are going to take a little bit of seasoning. Cornerback room, we're going to have Stroud, Ote, so we're okay. We don't have to go crazy after that. If we can go here to edge, we did not. Trying to add in Ruggins there at defensive tackle. Cole Harper's, that's a superstar. That's a superstar right there. That's all 35 players that we can go after. I don't think there's any point in not just maxing, players out to a Fele here. We'll go 50. I don't have enough points. Ooh, can I do... I'm trying to push for Tranquil. I could try to bring Okene in here. What is his deal breaker? Conference prestige. We'll do that. I'm trying to make that big push for Tranquil here. And we only got 5 points left. Let's take 10 off or 5 off here. Let's go full 10. Get us through the first week. 1,200 points is sure nice to have. Crazy that I'm passing up Turk, but Turk would just be like he's going to be a junior at this point. I'd rather have Humphreys with, an additional year to a Fele decides to commit to us. That's the only one we got. Okay. Gonna have some points to spend here. Ali, we're still holding on. Still holding on. That's all I can do. I mean, there's nothing at all we can do there with that. Yep. Ooh. Florida took their scholarship away for Tranquil. 5'9", Jim. Sure, he's going to have really good development. He's not very tall, but could be a really good future slot wide receiver for us. That's massive. Robert Smith, we're still the only people going after him. Let's take off this 25. What is he like? Playing style. Something that can be really inconsistent with us, but we'll keep rocking there, keep rocking there, keep rocking there. Romberg, we're now the only people going after him, and Romberg was the high school safety I preferred for sure there, so that's nice. Berlin, we're the only people there. Holcomb, we're still the only people there. Rosas, it's going to be a heck of a battle here for him. We know he likes Coach Prestige. We got Robert Smith coming in this week, so let's do this. Coach Prestige. We'll go ahead and schedule him for week 3. Unga, we're still holding on to the lead here. Playing time is brand exposure. We'll go ahead and schedule him for week 5. Aiden West. Still holding out first there, but we're losing the pipeline. He likes championship contender. Go ahead and do that. Dicker. Really light getting offers. Can't schedule him right now. Okay. Just keep doing that. Humphreys, we're in first, battling with Miami of Ohio, so we should be able to get our guy back here. It's huge. Baxter should get him back. Ruggins. He likes playing style. Should be a really good fit for him there. Okay. Okay, so we try to go after Mosley, but it seems like these other scholarship offers a little bit better for whatever reason. Is deal breaker pro potential? Okay. We'll keep pushing. Fant. Golly. Keep pushing there. Howard, we look pretty good for there. And Harper battling out with some high-end guys there. Let's do playing style. Try to bring him in here as well. Wasn't it playing style is his thing? Yeah. Bring him in. Try to bring him in on the visit. That guy's a superstar. That's a superstar player. Let's go ahead and we'll max this out here for Howard. Might as well. There are definitely guys I do not mind cutting on this roster that are a little bit lower end players that you're just trying to fill gaps with. Lynn could develop into something. We'll see. Need a punter. We'll bring him on. We're not giving up any battles though, so I can't like go after any additional players. Man, getting Tranquil here would be huge if we can hold on in that battle there. Got 190 hours to spend, but I don't think we really need to. Let's we can't like add any more players, so kind of stuck with what you got. No commits. We drop down for Rosas. That's going to be a spot we're going to lose. Dicker, we moved all the way down to 4th for. Now might be a time to take a look then. Let's see what we got. So Harper, we're still holding on to the lead, but we just had him in there on a visit. I don't know we end up holding on to that. Howard, we look great for. Fant, we're closing that gap. I think we'll get him. Mosley, we're closing the gap. I think we'll get him. Ruggins, had him in on a visit. Kind of doing all we can do right now, right? Nope, we know his hard sell. Put the 10 there. Baxter looking fine there. Humphreys, I would be shocked if we cannot bring him on. I mean, shocked. Dicker. Don't even really know what he likes. Championship contender. Got to try something. Got to get back into that race. They just have the pipeline tiers over us there. Aiden West would look good for that battle. Punga. It's a big pipeline to overcome there. So hang on. Rosas, this is one we're going to lose. Really would like to have him, but God, he's going to be a freak. And we're just kind of back into the other guys here. Man, Virginia Tech did just have the visit there. See if we can hold on in that battle. I really need a guard. Like, bad. I mean, somebody needs to get lost here. Give me a little room to breathe. Don't need to be Gant. Somebody needs to get cut. I got to go after another guard. I really. Still holding on for Ali, but man, that is razor thin. Who do we cut here? I might have to get rid of one of these high school guys that are just kind of add-ons. Let's do this opposition group. Free safety, 48 speed, 70 zone. Then we're going to bring back Baxter, bring in Howard. Got some gear in, but I think we're going to bring in Romberg because we're the only people recruiting him. And Romberg is the guy I like more than Tom Pine. He's just so, yeah. Let's do this. Let's go back to the transfer portal. Go look at guards. Buchanan, okay, so he's got a visit at least. Nobody going after Lining Cole. He's a sophomore out of BYU. Freshman went to Kansas. Let's go there. Pretty solid all the way across. Well-rounded. Scholarships and hours, baby. See if we can sneak somebody in right here. I need some guard depth. Let's advance it. Need some people to commit. Robert Smith, 4-star wide receiver out of the high school ranks. Oscar Ruggins will get the defensive tackle transfer there. Okay. Punga decides to go to Michigan. And then Cole Harper locked us out. He was kind of our shot in the dark freshman, like superstar swing guy there. So no real major surprise there, unfortunately. Okay. I mean, it looks like we're going to get Ali. This is the last week. So, should get Humphreys. Should get Okene. Already got Simons. Should get Tranquil. Golly, man, this has been a brutal battle for us. Can we hang on here the last week? I think we're going to lose him. Rosas, we're back up to second. We're not going to beat. Yeah, we're not going to beat them. Can't cover that ground. Hunga kind of surprised me flipping on us there. Now's when we need to go look at a wide receiver. I mean, Tranquil, do we think Tranquil can be a day one player for us? It's a really good route runner, good enough speed, 5'9". About Simons. 6'1", 87. The route running is not great there. Robert Smith, 5'10", not a great route runner. Let's drop Punga. Let's go back to the well here at wide receiver. CJ Cameron, okay. See what this looks like here. Nope. 82 speed, I can't rock with that. Go back here now to the transfer portal. Back to wide receiver. Tremaine Bacon, good name. What else? Who else do we have? We got anybody else to drop here? Ryan Dicker, we're going to lose that battle. Should get Houston, which is great. Got locked out for Harper, so we can drop that. Aiden West. Now we're definitely losing that battle. He's going on a visit to Notre Dame. Need to hang on to Ali. That's 2 spots now. Take a look back here at wide receiver. I'm sure there's not a 4-star that hasn't gotten an offer. Not at the high school ranks. Sorry, guys. Oh, doing the wrong thing. Hennessy has no offers. Sophomore. Why? Yep. See if we can get Cam Hennessy. Late ad here. Bacon is 5'10". Be a sophomore. Should be able to bring him on. Really like what else we've done here. Should get Houston to add some depth. I don't think we're going to get the other guy. Bringing in Ruggins is certainly nice. Really good overall linebacker group. Is there anything we can do for West here? Nope. Okay. Should get all the other cornerbacks we'll see on Ali. Should get all of these safeties, including bringing back Baxter. Should get Mosley. Why are we not like higher up for this? I don't understand. Pro potential. We're not really a good fit for what he likes to do, unfortunately. I don't even know if it's worth doing him for pro potential. C+, let's do. I mean, sure. Try to swing him in here at the end. Either one of these guys will give us some freak players at a room that has not had them. I think that's all we can do, pretty much. Let it roll. See where we end up. Should be a top 20-ish class. See what we add here. So we get the punter, Kerry Keel, day 1 starter. Jeff Humphreys decides to come back. Always go and look for your transfers if you know them. Trevor Baxter comes back. Tremaine Ali, 5-star cornerback. Let's go. Floyd Okine, the 3-star quarterback. Sean Tranquil, the 4-star wide receiver out of high school. Isaac Berlin, 3-star corner, is okay. Jeff Holcomb, got a lot of potential there, I think. Lil Howard, good get. Dylan Romberg, good get, I think, to progress and build him. To Brandon Mosley, 95 speed, strong safety. Levi Houston, 3-star guard. Transfer guy, Tremaine Bacon, does decide to come on. I think he's going to be a really good player for us. Cam Hennessy, definitely the 4-star transfer portal guy. Young player, should be a monster, I think. So we end up losing out Fant. He's going to go to Colorado State. The wide receiver Elias Rosas is heading over to TCU, it looks like. And Aiden West decides not to come. Brian Dicker decides to go to Texas A&M. Don't blame them at all. A couple of really big gets. Hennessy's a sophomore. I think has really good potential to be a starter for us. Bacon could get some growth out of him. Levi Houston, a good young player, I hope anyway. Really nice get, though. Mosley's going to be a really good starter for us there. And then we get some guys to develop along with that. Tranquil. Yeah, this is ended up being a really nice class. Obviously, getting back Humphreys is as big as anything. Ollie, massive get. Massive get. We fought for him all year long. Finally got him. See where we end up here for National Signing Day. Number 10, okay. 31 players, though. 2 5-stars, and Ali and Bradford, the right tackle. 14 4-stars, 13 3-stars. Trying to close the gap with teams like Georgia, but it's tough. Only a 17-point jump on us, so not too bad. So bring in the big quarterbacks here. Ahmed, I think, is going to be really rock solid for us. Wide receiver group, definitely adding in some depth here. Really excited to see about Hennessy. Definitely sucks we didn't bring in Rosas, but Hennessy, kind of sniping him there at the end, I think is a really good get for us. 90 speed, really good route runner. He should be a starter for us. Should, heading into his junior year. Tight end, just more of a depth guy. Bradford, excellent pick there. Getting 4 guards when we really needed some depth here is nice. Dorian Rich, got Kranchik, 4-star Jim, edge guy, Joey Wolf. Steve Curtin, Oscar Ruggins is transferring to help give us some depth there. Is really nice. Treadwell, good high school prospect. All of these guys are high school guys. Have a lot of faith in all of them. Ali, man, I mean, this might be, he might have to start. 92 speed, just 70 zone. I'm going to have to play him. He's got elite development there as well. Playing time for him is not a massive deal right now, but I think Ali is going to play for us pretty much right away. And then I really like what Holcomb could potentially turn into for us down the line. We got our starting free safety back. And then I think Romberg and Howard. Howard is probably a future starter for us. 87 speed, 81 zone is pretty nice. I think Romberg's got a pretty good chance of getting there in the long term as well. And then bringing into Brandon Mosley, 95 speed, 98 acceleration. The coverage is maybe not great, but he's got athleticism to kind of make up for that. Be a freak athlete at 6'3", 216. That's a really big get, really good class. And, of course, we brought in the punter. Position changes. What do we got here? What do we have? Athletes. Byron Simons, wide receiver all the way. Could play a running back for us. We're going to put him, though, over at wide receiver. We get our first look here at this roster. Humphrey's obviously coming back. Okine, 64 overall. I'm okay with it. More of just wanted to make sure we got a quarterback in this class kind of player. Ahmed's a 78 overall. Okay. It's already got a bad deal breaker we're going to have to deal with. Star development for him, though. Okay. No fullbacks on the roster, obviously. And then for our freshman here, Tranquil's a 75. Robert Smith's a 73. Simons is a 72. We'll have to kind of see how things develop. Right now, Tranquil's got a chance to play a little bit, though. What about Hennessy's 83? He'll for sure be playing for us. That's probably your top trio right there. Why is Pasco already trying to leave? Okay. Tight ends, yeah, I knew Willie's was not going to be great. 66 actually better than what I thought it was going to be. Let's go with the Dorian Rich. Might be a day one starter for us there at center. Let's move Hannah over to left guard. Try to just even out this depth chart here a little bit. Levi Houston may not actually be a starter for us, but does provide some depth there. And then let's move Kyrie Stewart over. Not a great player, but maybe he develops into something. Bradford. That should definitely be a future starter for us. Let's keep him over here at right tackle right now. We'll go from there and kind of see how that develops over time. Kranchik's in a really good starting spot. Nobody new there. 2 freshmen here. Wolf, Curtin, not a bad starting spot there at all for Wolf. Impact development. Ruggins is a star, so him and Kegler should lock up kind of the middle of that there. Nobody new. Anelli, 78 is a really good start for him. Hunter, 74 is a good start. Tuafele, what about if we change positions for him? He's just a 64 out there at Sam. We can kind of leave that alone for right now. We're going to have to cut some bodies here for sure. And then Treadwell, solid start. Guys like Lay, like he's going to get cut at this point. Crocker never plays for us. A ton of cornerbacks. Sly Stroud, Ote, Ali comes in as a 78 true freshman. Sly, Ote, and Ali are going to be starting. I think that's going to be our starters. Can Ali play a little? Is he ready to play? See how that plays out. Let's move some of these free safeties over. Some of these guys, I don't know if it necessarily matters. Key and Keel. Keel's 80 overall. Look at the development. Obviously, we know Humphreys was a star. Impact on Okini, okay. Ahmed's a star, which is good. Tennessee is a star, but he's not a long-term player. Tranquill's a star. Robert Smith is impact, and Byron Simons is impact, so that's a good start. Normal there for Willies. Hannah is impact. Stewart is star, so that might be a long-term piece there to try to work with. Impact for Dorian Rich. Jabera here is impact. Bradford is a star, okay. Kranchik star, which is great. Wolf impact. Curtin is star, a little lower on the overall right now, but Anelli impact. Hunter star, normal on Tuafele. Treadwell is elite. Something to keep in mind for him for sure. Okay. And then Ali, elite development. I've got to play him right now because he's going to develop and be. Yep. We're going to have to play him. He's not going to leave me for playing time. Yeah. So Holcomb impact. Berlin normal. No real surprise there. Romberg is normal. That kind of sucks. And then okay. Mostly impact. Maybe some of these guys grow just a tad bit. Okay, like where we're at right now. This is obviously where big things happen. Got a nice little level up there. Always good to see. And I think really just coming out the gate. What do we have here? Lawton upgraded his dev trait to star. That's big. Baxter upgrades his to impact. Okay. Hopefully that helps with like the development as right as we're heading into this. I don't know if it necessarily does. Mosley. Okay. Yeah. 95 speed, strong safety. I'm all about it. Training results. It's a big screen here. Big screen. We're going to do it position by position. So Bryce Baker goes up. He's an 89 overall. Humphreys takes a 5-point jump, certainly pointing directly, staring us in the face as being our starting quarterback heading into year 6. But Baker takes a big jump. He should get drafted. That'll help out a lot of different things for us. Improved his speed. Up to 98 throw power is huge. Nice for Humphreys to get the big jump there too. Short accuracies with good jumps for all of these. Yeah, accuracies take a big jump for everybody. Humphreys is in a really strong spot here. Yeah, Baker took a step up here for sure. Did we get any improvement athletically here out of Humphreys? +1 speed. Would like to get him to that 80 mark. And even a nice little jump here for Kashama. Throw power's a little weak. Definitely got to work on his accuracies before he's a starter for us. But yeah, nice for Baker here. Should be a draftable guy. Volt doesn't take quite as big a jump as I was hoping he was going to. And Forsett jumps Stenerud. Stenerud's still going to operate as our third down running back. He's going to be the second guy getting the most touches. A little surprised we didn't get more out of that. Where's the overall jump coming for Forsett? Comes in as catching. It actually looks like he's a better, maybe he is a better third down back. I'm kind of all in on Stenerud. Okay. We're at wide receiver Pasco up to an 88 overall. We're going to get 1 year of Pasco is what's going to happen. We're literally going to get 1 year. This is your alpha dog. This is the guy. This is going to be my X receiver. Hennessy probably going to be the Z, and Smith is going to operate out of the slot so I can really utilize his speed. Pasco is going to be a dog. That's going to be the main guy we're looking at here at this position. He should be our leading receiver. He's going to get drafted after this year anyway. You might as well use him and use him up. Hennessy is also very likely to be gone for what it's worth at the end of this season. Nice boost there for Bacon. Nice boost for Roth. Got some nice speed bumps there. Goodley got good speed, but just too far down the roster there. Tight end, Gant and Zegwu both take pretty decent jumps. Simple certainly looks like he's in a really good spot. Okay, not a lot there from our guards. Rasmussen does not jump up. He is never going to be a starter for us, I don't think. Got some platinum physicals, though. Take a look at that. Volt, man, I would like for him to get up to where he's a draftable player. Decent jump there for Bender. Robinson Tyson is probably going to get cut. Finian Ganafo, certainly in the range where he should be a draftable player now. Schumacher definitely going to get drafted. Looking for big things out of him this year. Boykins is kind of the next guy up in this spot. Should help out for us. Higgins also kind of getting into a really good spot there as well. Morton a +6. Morton had a solid season for us, but kind of got outshined. Cornelius, a really big jump for him. But yeah, Morton, I mean, you're replacing both of these edge guys, like, right now. And really, the guy I've really been looking forward to is what happens here with Keegler. Next screen over, +6. Keegler's probably gone as well. You're going to have to replace pretty much your entire, starting defensive unit here. Because Keegler at 88 overall should probably go pro. Big +14 to his awareness and play rec. Up to a 90 power move. That's hit power. I always mess that up. 89 power moves, though. Just a 77 finesse. That's what I use more than anything else with him. Keegler, monster. Druzma, +4. Where did that +4 come from? Druzma. I need to figure out a ways to get Druzma on the field as a pass rusher. Oh, Charles. Okay. Mike Lawton's up +5. Yates is up +6. Looking forward to being a starter for us as a senior, it looks like. Nice jump for Bryce Joy. He's a really good athlete. Crocker +2 scales. He doesn't improve. He just does not improve. But he is a monster, and we know that. Okay. Cornerback +4 for Stroud, +1 for Sly. Ote's +3, Sermon's +4, Jacoby's +5. Okay. Irving +8. It's a really big jump for him. Good speed and athleticism here in this group. It's pretty good size. Now you worry about Ali. Like, Ali needs to play. Baxter takes a nice jump. Okay. Bulk's a 77 with 77 speed. His other attributes must be astounding. 85 zone, really good in that aspect. He's more of a linebacker, though. Probably could play him at linebacker. Norman, okay. Not a lot of growth here in that room. Not a lot of growth there from Mosley, but he's a freak athlete. He's up +2. Okay. Got 2 90s. A lot of guys are kind of all around that range here as well. So, it's certainly exciting. Time to make some cuts. I did not go and look to see if our friend Taylor Downs actually entered the transfer portal or not. Encourage transfers. We're not doing any custom conferences or anything. Encourage transfers. What do we have to cut? 8 players. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of Baker for sure. Let's leave the 4 quarterbacks. Okay, don't want to cut anybody there. Goodley's a junior. He's a good athlete. Don't think he's ever going to play. Harvin. Swain at 86 speed. Playing time is already a deal breaker. Go out ahead, young man. Dexter Harvin. It's like, when is he going to play? He's going to be a senior next year. Go find you some playing time, hopefully. We're getting rid of Robinson Tyson. At this point, you just get rid of McConnell. He's literally never going to start. Let's go ahead and free up a spot there. Herman's a really good player, man. I don't even know if he should start at left tackle for us. Probably should start at left tackle, actually, so we'll hold on to him. Here at edge, Daryl Jones. Got a lot of young Thundercats ahead of him. See what else we maybe can maneuver here. This Mike spot. Jeff Morris already. And Morris is not playing. Should be a combo of Sly, Sermon, Ali the next year, if nothing else. Two more cuts. I mean, Volk at 77 speed is just literally he's never even going to play linebacker for me. I'll be honest with you, Hape at 81 speed. 6 foot, 201, just a 74 zone. Block shedding's at 60. He's just never going to play. So we're at our 50 now. Anybody else we feel like we just need to kind of send on their way? Probably not at this point. Okay. So we're at our spots now. Man, this is going to be a high level football team here. '91 overall. Wow. Man. We up to 4.5 stars too. Is that what that just said? 4 stars. Okay. All right. First thing I want to look at. Taylor Downs, still here playing for LSU. I am 1,000,000% putting them somewhere here on this schedule. 29 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He threw those interceptions in bunches, though. How did a guy like Denzel Gardner end up there? That's crazy. We'll go ahead and set up the schedule here. UConn, Vandy, Rice, okay. This does not have Notre Dame on our schedule. I'm 1,000,000% putting Notre Dame on the schedule. Put them in there, kind of right in the middle of the season. Oh, what did I do with them last year? What did I do with them last year? Just checking this out right quick. Hold on 1 second, please. All right, so we played them at home last year, so we need to go on the road to Notre Dame there. Always a tough little stretch. Seem to always play them around Michigan. So So we replace that home game with a road game. I think Vanderbilt would be kind of fun to play. We want to go LSU week 1. '94 overall, top 25 team. We're taking them at home. Taylor Downs is coming here. I need to make sure that I will return the favor with LSU and go there next year. I think, or do I want to do LSU there and give us a little little practice with the new offense there instead? I could maybe go Vanderbilt there. Let's see if we did this and let's just put open. So I can play LSU week 2 at home. Taylor Downs is coming here. And then week 1, I wouldn't necessarily mind playing a Vanderbilt. What's their? I'd like to give us a decent little practice run for week 1. I mean, they're at a 76. We're already playing another SEC team. Let's see. Just played Wake Forest last year. We need to play this as a road game, though. So, you know what? That'll be fine. We'll play Vanderbilt on the road in week 1. So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home games. And they're all towards the back half of the year. We have 4 straight road games. And it's a bunch of home games there in a row. So we're going to start off on the road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 home games. We're the national champions. Do we just want to play somebody weaker than this? And play this game at home? Let's maybe just a little like max in action. Let's see. Let's just do Bowling Green at home. Give us 7 home games. We're just going through such a long stretch right there. Like, I doubt we even have people ready to visit or anything at that point anyway. But let's kind of roll with that right now. I think that's a decent starting spot. They got us at 6th. We're certainly now kind of at the point from a talent perspective where it's like, okay, we can go play with people for sure at this point. I think having 7 home games is fine. I think 7 home games is fine. We'll return the favor. Next year we'll go on the road to LSU and then bring Notre Dame to us and make sure they're on the schedule. Yeah, we get 2 of our rivals at home, which is good. I'm good with this schedule. This looks like the move for us. Week, 3-9 Bowling Green to kind of get things started. Then what was an 8-5 LSU team at home. 4 straight road games, including at Michigan, at Notre Dame. And then back home for a gauntlet here. I mean, USC is going to be rock solid. Illinois has been rock solid. Ohio State's going to be very talented. Then a trip to Washington, then back at home against Indiana. We'll go with that. I just want to see how many points I have available. I'm not going to do all this with y'all here. 1,000 points to start off with. Is it 850? Is that what we had beginning of last year? I have to go back and look at the video. I don't remember that, actually. We can go look at skill caps. What's this video linked at? Hour 8. Yeah, let's go look at skill caps. I want to see, before we really do anything else, I want to see how close Humphreys is now to some of these caps, because he did not grow as much as I thought he was going to. Still got a lot of room to grow with accuracy and IQ. I think he's going to be a mid-80s. Low, yeah. I mean, I think with the boost, I think he'll be a mid-80s player for us next year, which is great. Let's look at Ahmed. Darrell Ahmed. Decent caps, especially starting out already at a 78. So he'll be a good player for us. What does Pasco? What does he got left in the tank? pretty well maxed out, which, I mean, if he were to stay another year or two, he would be a mid-90s wide receiver. Hennessy, if he decides to come back, what does his skill caps look like? Good player. That top three is disgusting. Tranquil, star development. 5'9". Outstanding caps. Outstanding caps. Robert Smith, a gadget, 5'10" wide receiver. Impact development. Really good caps. Those are really good caps. Hands and route running got a lot of room to grow, which is good. Then Byron Simons, the biggest of the trio of high school guys we brought in at 6'1". Solid caps. May not ever be an elite hands guy, but should turn into a good route runner for us in the future. Willie's, I don't think is really going to matter. I've got to go get a tight end in this class. For sure. Yeah, he's just a guy. He's just a body. Then freshman Lamar Hanna is going to be a day one, maybe starter for us. Unless there's a right guard I can move over. Good caps. Good caps. Good caps for the 4-star guy. Kyrie Stewart. Got good caps for a lower overall player. Oh, Dorian Rich. Day one starter at center. Come on. With pretty solid caps. This is a guy that should be a mid-80s, upper 80s football player. Should be a draftable guy for sure. Yeah, no doubt. Brian Volk. Man, if he just didn't have normal development, I don't know how much more room he's necessarily got to grow. Would love for Volk, who's a day one starter for us, to eventually get to where he's a draftable player. I think with another year, I think he's going to get there. But Chabera. 76 impact. Pretty solid caps. Maybe not a super high overall guy, but should be low to mid 80s. Bradford, 5-star. First 5-star lineman we brought in. 6'4", 280 raw strength archetype. The dog. This is the franchise right here along the offensive line. That's a 90 overall, 92, 93 overall player waiting to happen there. Kranchik, 4-star gem prospect as a power rusher. Good caps. Should be a 90-ish overall guy. Already a much better athlete than Schumacher. Deal breaker is brand exposure. We're going to have to be real careful with somebody like him when it comes to playing time and him trying to leave us for sure. Joey Wolf. It's really solid cap location here. Okay. Good finesse move there on the interior is always nice to have. Stephen Curtin, a little bit of a lower overall star development. The power one certainly hurts, but the rest of his caps are in a solid spot. Really slow. Anelli. Good caps. Yeah, it's a good set of caps for a 4-star guy for sure. Absolutely. Nicholas Hunter. Solid caps. Mid-80s guy. It's kind of my guess. Tuefele's got some room here to grow for sure. Normal development. He'll be okay. He'll probably be a guy that never starts for us. Looks more like a maybe upper 70s cap player in the future. Treadwell. Elite development trait. Good caps. Probably a mid-80s guy. Just depends on which way he grows, right? Like, does he end up being more of a pass rusher? Probably not. So, like, where does his zone? Is it 78? He's definitely a pass coverage guy. Okay. Let's see. Ali here. Elite development. Oh my goodness. One of the top 10 players in the country in his class. So that makes a ton of sense. Wow. Tremaine Ali, he may have to play like right now. Like while we're sitting here, he's your third fastest cornerback right now. 92 change of directions, a little bit more middle of the pack. The awareness is certainly going to be, I mean, it's still way above Ali. Actually, I mean, Jacoby. Ali, decent awareness. Decent play rec as far as the whole room is concerned. Man coverage, run a little bit more of this. He's a little on the lower end there. This is just the coverage. It's just the coverage. But is he going to stay and wait? I think I'm going to make him operate as like cornerback 4. Go into formation subs and make sure he's getting some snaps here and there. He could be a really, really special player. Like the man coverage, you know, you're looking at Stroud, Ote, Sly, who I'm kind of already considering our top 3 guys here. But then like in zone, it's Stroud, yeah, I mean Jacoby and then Ote. Ali's just a little bit lower than I would like here in zone coverage. Okay. Then Romberg. I guess I didn't even look at the rest of my corners here. Holcomb was the one. He was the 3-star gem here. Decent enough caps. Got to get. Not crazy great. Berlin, we were the only people that ever offered him a scholarship. Not ever going to be a starter for us. Romberg, a 3-star guy who just really needed to add to this room. Actually, not bad caps. Uncapped for zone coverage. It's already at an 82. Problem is he's already as fast as he's going to get. Probably more of a strong safety. And it doesn't really matter for Keel. Okay, we're in a good spot. Yeah, that's kind of it here for the off season. We got our schedule worked out. We saw the growth up to 91 overall team. We should be really, really tough to beat. We're going to be breaking in a new offense. Really, really excited to bring you guys and show you guys that, and hope that you do enjoy it whenever you do get a chance to see it here in a couple of days. But yeah, if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. I'll go ahead and simulate to our first game. I'm going to do the recruiting and all that stuff off camera. Just because it can be a little taxing. I guess I could give a little mini preview as far as the people that might be interested in us at the high end. Number 6, 7, a couple of top prospects here. That's going to be it. But yeah, if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. Check out my Seattle Mariners franchise on the channel as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace.